Notion is probably one of the coolest productivity apps I've discovered in the last few weeks, but it's got tons of features and tools that can be pretty overwhelming. So in the next 5 minutes or less, I'm going to go over everything I've learned to get my productivity off the ground. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Godwins. I'm a recent grad who's naive enough to think he can break into tech. So on this channel, I'm documenting everything I'm doing to make sure I have the best chance in actually doing so. Let's open up Notion, get to a new page. Now, I was really confused when I first saw this. I was like, how do I get to all these beautiful templates that everyone's using? It's just a blank page. But don't worry, we'll get there. Let's call this Notion tutorial. So I think of Notion as a smart note-taking app, but why don't we just ask AI? So just like that, we've got our first Notion page built out by AI. So you can use Notion for project management, so you can use it to track your tasks and projects across teams. You can use it for your company's knowledge base to store all your documentation. But what I think is the coolest part is for personal goal tracking. So you can set up your own dashboards to track your progress. But what makes it pretty special is databases. Let's continue on this page. So if you do /, you can see all the type of blocks you can do. But what we really care about is database. Let's do an inline database and we're gonna call it goals. So don't let this intimidate you. It's pretty straightforward. We've got just a bunch of tasks. So we're gonna rename this, call this tasks. And then instead of tags, do select and then add options. So this can be work, networking. I'm pretty interested in running. I've been meaning to learn how to play the guitar for years now. That's a great start. And then let's add a due date. And then we're gonna change this to relative. And then let's get started. So what are a few things I need to do today? 5K run. This is gonna go under running. I'm gonna do this on Friday at 10 a.m. One more thing, and then I'm gonna add status. Okay, so this is a great start, but this doesn't really help me track anything. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna change the view, and then I'm gonna change it to a board. I can edit the view, properties to include status. Then I can even sort it by due date. And then I can also have a timeline view. So I can see everything I have to do in a month. So I'm gonna change this just a week. So Friday, this is what I have to do. So when I go back to board, I can change this to in progress. So let's say I'm done. I can filter by status. And I'm gonna say is not completed. Whenever I'm done with my run, I can hit done and then it's out of my view. So it's nice and clean and it just shows me all the stuff that I actually need to work on that day or that week. If you don't want to start from scratch, Notion literally has thousands of templates that you can use, but this stuff can get pretty complicated. So I recommend keep it simple, either use a template and then shave off a lot of the stuff that you don't need, or just build it out yourself and really personalize it. With all the tools and features that Notion has, there's a risk that I like to call productive procrastination. So you're going in with the intent of actually getting work done, but you get lost in the weeds of actually making the perfect system to make sure that you actually get your work done in the most optimal way. There's no such thing as a perfect system. It's just what works for you at that moment. This should be a good start for you to build your own pages, publish your Notion sites, and share what you come up with. If you like this video, check out how I'm using Notion to prep for a data interview. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.